Yeah, so we move on. We'll talk about the NBL. We'll talk about basketball, the NBL playoffs. Uh, let's start with UCU. UCU being swept. UCU is a team that you really raised concerns even in their quarterfinal show up. But was this really a surprise for Blazers sweeping them?
No, why I'm surprised because the team was stronger than UCU in every category.
More depth.
And now on top of that, of course, we had some injury. Our captain, Luavaga Ivan the Blisk, got injured and he was on clutches as well in game
Mm.
two and game three. And the boys tried to have a good fight in game three because we went for overtime against the Blazers. But still, it did help us. And the Blazers brought in the maturity and the experience in that game and they won the game 85-76. Uh, because we only scored 3 points in the 5 minutes of the overtime and Blazers scored 12 points. So we struggled a little bit in the turnovers and also executing so well because we had 28 turnovers in that game and Blazers had only 16 turnovers in that game. So we had a lot of turnovers in that game. At the end of the day, the experience won the game because the likes of Makiadi, you know, the Blazers scored. Everyone, I think, was just enjoying that day because everyone had some good points. Makiadi had 13,
Mm.
Peter Blaine had 13, Jimmy Anaba 13 points. You know, Joel Okoti this time around, he had 6 points and he's their top scorer in the playoffs. But he has 6 points this time around.
Mm.
Arthur Wanyota had
Point
11
guard.
points. Uh, so Obleng, Makiadi, uh, Arthur Wanyota stepped up. They stepped up in this game and they won the game for Blazers. Yeah.
Mm.
When you look at UC, of course, junior team had 17 points that game. Kaira, the usual suspect, had 14 points. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight from the UCU team. Making it the semifinals, it's a plus for us as a university, and hope next season we shall step up and we have a good fight for. But for Blazers, sweeping UCU, it wasn't a shocker to us. We weren't surprised about that. That was expected. We thought they would win the series by not sweeping us, but the
Mm.
shockers, I wasn't shocked at all. But the boys put up a good fight because it wasn't an easy game for Blazers. It wasn't
Mm.
an easy series for Blazers. They somehow fought to win the three games, which is
Mm.
something good for the game. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the City Oilers, it's 2-1. City Oilers against Somet. This is really interesting, yeah.
This series, the most disappointing series I've watched in Ghana basketball my entire life. And this one, semifinals.
Why so?
A team scored, a team scoring only 4 points in a full quarter. That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Mm.
Lost this game, but we are going into fourth quarter. They were leading by 5 points. We are going into fourth quarter leading by 5 points. What next? We see there are three starters
Mm.
being benched at the beginning of the fourth quarter. The guys they brought in make three turnovers.
Mm.
I'll call them bogus turnovers. Yeah. And what next? We saw a 19-0 run from City Oilers. 19-0 run. 19-0.
19-0.
19 points, their guys scored zero. Yeah, 19-0 run from City Oilers in the fourth quarter. Yeah. At the end of the day, the Oilers wins comfortably.
Mm.
They win comfortably.
The second game
Yeah.
was
Because
really, yeah.
yes, during the third quarter, from the first quarter to third quarter, everyone was like, Summit has put up a good fight. In the fourth quarter, people are so disappointed.
Mm.
Actually, I received phone calls. I wasn't watching that game, but I'm like, they were like, "What's this you're saying?" I'm like, "It's basketball, please."
Yeah.
But of course, The game 4 is happening on Wednesday, which is tomorrow
Mm,
at YMCA at 7 p.m.
mm,
Then,
mm,
if Summit wins that game, we shall have a game 5 still on Friday at YMCA.
mm,
But the new signings of City Oilers, Jordan Bowie Chad and
mm. And
and
card.
Kat Curry, have, have put up a good fight because both of them had
Yeah.
19 points that game. They had 19 points that game. It says a lot about them. They're putting up a good fight. And they're like, you
Mm,
know what, we weren't signed for job, we were signed to deliver. And they're
mm.
delivering.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Kat Curry, on average, in the 20 minutes he plays,
Mm.
he averages 16.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and
Mm.
4.5 assists. Yeah,
Good
that's that.
production.
Jordan Jordan averages 15.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Such stats.
Mm.
That's why I always tell you when the professionals come to Uganda, they come to deliver what next. They're like,
Mm.
if I was to leave City Oilers and people
Mm.
look at my stats, I'm going to go to another club
Yeah.
and I'll make my good money, which is not with Ugandan
Yeah.
basketballers. Our basketballers just be like, you don't mind, you don't care.
I mean, these people are unguardable, man. I was watching them. They're really unguardable.
Yeah, that's why it's hard. We haven't seen any player leaving Uganda who has played in our local league like is a Uganda
Mm.
to go out there and they shine. Apart from the Steve Omoni's that category,
Mm.
the new
A
category
bomb.
of basketball players we have. Apart from those ones, Opong is different because they didn't grow up from here. Apart from those ones who go to college and from there they step up because
Mm.
they're like, okay, you're getting to the system,
Mm.
high school, college. This one will be like, I'm a professional, I've played here, I've started from here, I played from here.
Mm.
I leave Uganda, I
Mm.
go to DR Congo, go to Rwanda, I shine. It's hard to find such players.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these Americans, these other guys come here and they really put up good numbers
Mm.
and they shine when they go anywhere. What does it say? We need to work hard. We need to make sure our players are not comfortable with their local league. Their video, our local league is just a normal league. Can we explore? Can we go further?
Mm.
I want to see a Ugandan being called to go and play for, let me say, for Nairobi City Thunder
Mm.
at BAL at BAL.
Mm.
I
Even
want to see that.
EuroLeague. Yeah.
I want to see that from a Ugandan. Eh, I want to see a team in Libya calling a Ugandan to go and play for them. So I want to see.
Mm.
Because Opong report up something and everyone is like, Opong is going to be there. And he delivers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me. Did did I did not watch that the game 3, the one of City Oilers so made. Did Ben Komakech feature?
Of course, he did. You know what he can do?
Yeah.
He's a
Wow.
beast.
Mm.
He's a beast. For him, vintage Ben Komakech.
Mm.
Everyone respects him. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everyone
Then.
respects him. He featured.
Mm.
Actually, he had 10 points in that game. 15 minutes played, 10 points in
Mm.
that game.
Wow. At
Yeah.
that age, still delivering. Then also, as we conclude with
True.
the basketball, eventually we learned that Nam Blazers, after a series of meeting with the four teams that made it in the playoffs semifinals, uh, I think most teams did not have the financial capacity. Even I think City Oilers also looked at it and was like, okay, I don't know how they came up with that decision, but it looked like adamantly Seven George and Fuba, they were really adamant to take City Oilers to Bal until Namwango Blazers had to send in that letter to Bal, and the whole communication was really sketchy, and eventually I agreed on Nam Blazers going. What do you? How do you conclude? What's your conclusion on this whole saga? You raised it, you followed it, you pushed it, and people coughed. People coughed out their thing. Abantu ne bakisuula awo ne bagamba omanyi Addison, kintu kibalekedde. Eh?
As someone who followed this thing from the word go to the conclusion, I would say I'm extremely happy. And I would say congratulations to Namongo Blazers for making it to BAL this season because they went ahead and wrote a letter to FIBA and copied in the bar organizing committee. That shook the federation. And you know what made me laugh was Namongo Blazers later an email to
mm,
Federation FUBA on 8th of September requesting them to tell them who's going to represent Uganda at BAL.
mm,
They kept quiet. The former president, Alhaji Nasser Salon Joji, while appearing on NBA Sport, he said they wrote to FIBA for an extension. But if FIBA doesn't reply to them and doesn't extend, give them the extension, then they'll go with Sito Oilers, the last year's champion at BAL. Now Mongos listens to it and replied, writes to FIBA and FUBA. Hudson Segamwenge, the vice president, FUBA, replies the email which was sent to them on 8th. Yeah, he replies it on 19th, let me say on 18th, which is a Thursday, saying that because the deadline was 5th of September, they had to pick City Oilers for BAL. I'm sure. I think when they saw that email going to FIBA and National Council of Sports being copied in
mm,
as well as the organizing committee of BAL,
mm,
they called for a quick meeting, ESCOM meeting. That the ESCOM meeting they called, yes, it was ESCOM. FIBA ESCOM was there
mm.
with 4 teams in the semi-finals: Summit, City Oilers, Namogo Blazers,
And you
and
see,
UCU. And the meeting went on. What next? They conclude Blazers will be representing Uganda at Road to Bar because we are starting with Road to Bar. Then we got to the 16.
mm,
Then from there, that's when they'll make it to BAL.
mm,
Yeah. But with all that we saw, there's a lot we need to work on when it comes to sports in Uganda because nothing is clear.
mm. Nothing is dotted.
And I'll always tell my people, communication is key.
Mm.
I'm a communicator,
It was only
but
communication. I
once
don't see
I
why Fuba was
once I
hiding.
write you
Mm,
something and don't reply, and I shock our leaders in the federation, the president and vice president are lawyers. I thought lawyers communicate,
mm,
but to my shock, they don't communicate on time. I thought lawyers are good at communicating.
mm.
Yeah.
Chaba to demo echo.
And even the letters they're writing had a
Mm.
lot of they had a lot of typos. Yeah. They were rushing to write these things.
Mm.
Until it's the truth. Hmm? You look at it, you feel like, what's up with this mistake? The dates are off. Yeah, yeah. Rushing to write things
Mm.
anyhowly. Attention to details is key. You know. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, Blizzards is going to represent Uganda.
Mm.
I'll throw to Bal, and from there, we'll go for Sweet 16.
And also
I
the
wish
league.
them all the best.
Mm. And also,
Yeah.
are you comfortable with the statement they brought out that this time the league will be? Mm, I think we've lost Hudson here a little bit. Yes, Hudson.
Yes.
Can you hear
What
me?
happened? Very well.
Oh, I don't know why I'm not picking you. I can see you, but you have audio. Say something. Anyway, but I wanted to ask you if you're hearing me. I wanted to ask you. Uh, they also they committed to starting the league in January, and they will have it be done before Bal. Do you have confidence in that? Because this is now the second time they have failed to really complete the league before Bal starts.
I saw it and I'm like, this is impossible. The league ending that time, it's impossible. Yes, you can start in January, but ending in end of July, I think around July, it's impossible. though it can end in August if it starts as early as possible. It can end in August. We have an issue of venues. If you have enough venues, then the league will end very fast.
Mm.
No, like on a Saturday, I'm not playing from one venue. No, you can just play from two venues. Like how we saw the lower division.
Mm.
Division they will use two venues, at times three venues. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I hope the league still stays with the managers running it.
If they do that, then you have confidence the league will be done by that time.
Yes,
Wow.
as long as the federation shares the fixtures on time and make sure the league starts as early
Kickstarts,
as
yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, lastly, I want to close with the Ballon d'Or. Uh, I want to hear your opinion. Moussa Dembele, won deservedly. He won because we have been seeing these Ballon d'Ors. The way they have been giving them out, I mean, it had started to lose credibility. But would really agree, Moussa Dembele, this last season, he has been really prolific. Top scorer in League One, Champions League winner, best player in the league, top assist also. I mean, he deserved it. Do you disagree with that? Most people, there was a lot of Lamine Yamal sentiments coming in.
No,
Mm,
I know. With what Dembele did in Champions League, their home, he won a treble,
mm.
won a treble the entire season.
Yeah, also winning a
You know,
treble. Yeah, put that also there. Yeah.
yeah, won a treble the entire season. So he deserved it, and he was a leader on the pitch. Not that I'm winning things because I'm coming off the bench or what.
Mm,
I'm scoring goals. I'm
mm,
making sure. I'm making sure I'm leading the team as well.
mm,
So Dembele deserved the Ballon d'Or, and no one can say no, he doesn't deserve it.
mm,
Yeah, Yamal was his competitor in that game, but when you look at this the top 10, I'm so happy. Dembele, Yamal, Vitinha from PSG,
mm.
another problem. They're like
Hakimi in there,
midfielder.
Mo Salah in there, Mendes.
Mo Salah, Rafinha, Hakimi, Mbappe, Cole Palmer, uh, uh, Donna,
Mm,
Donnarumma, also from PSG before you came to Man City.
mm.
Then Nuno Mendes. Literally speaking, I think the starting
Powerhouse.
starting 11 of PSG is in there.
Yeah. But PSG last season was good. PSG last season was good.
Mm,
It was really good. It was
yes,
exceptionally good. Yeah.
was exceptional.
Yeah.
And
Deserved.
then and then
Mm.
Jokeris winning the strike of the season of the year.
Eh.
It's a plus for Jokeris and to the Arsenal and also to his former club as well,
Mm.
according to them, because he became the best strike of the year. Yeah, of course, best keeper was given to Donnarumma.
Mm.
He deserved it.
Mm.
The coach of the year, of course,
Mm.
Luis Enrique, he
Mm.
deserved it as well.
Mm.
Uh-huh. The young player of the year, of course, Yamal deserved it. No one can say he doesn't deserve it.
Mm.
So they tried the level best. Tried the level best. They
Yeah.
tried the level best to make sure things are set.
Mm. Then as you close, as we close, we cannot walk away without talking about the big game that happened this week, that last weekend. That is Man City against Arsenal. Particularly, a lot of Arsenal fans were saying that Ateta is conservative. He has all this. He has spent over 1 billion. He has the squad depth, but he plays shy football, scared football. He plays this kind of football that is so defensive.
Was it defensive? Was it defensive? No. Whoever has to be, because the position was 33
Mm.
on 67. Was it defensive? Is that being defensive?
you
Because
know.
we even saw the Man City game, how they scored us,
Mm.
how they took a run, because most of our defenders had gone to attack, and
Mm.
Haaland scored a goal after that counter attack. Yeah. The truth is, the team we're playing became so defensive as compared to how we know Man City. Because at one time they had 6 defenders on pitch. 6 defenders on pitch.
Mm.
Yeah. He made of course, starting starting Merino, and also
Zubamendi.
then also you bring in, of course, Trossard, a starter, because we know Trossard is a person who comes off the bench.
Mm,
But I think he started him with what he saw in the Champions League. Like he came on and he put up a good fight
mm,
in Atletico Madrid. So let me start him. Him coming in, starting those players because they put up a good fight in Champions League.
mm.
So I started them. But at the end of the day, Man City became more defensive than how we expected them to be. We
Yeah.
need to stop blaming
So
Arteta
Man
because the
City needed
team
the
we played,
points most.
yes, became more defensive than any other team we ever played football with. This is the Man City we know. Man City can be defensive like this, like how we saw them play. Six defenders on pitch. Who does that?
Not Pep.
To the point of removing his best players. Kudo, uh-huh, Doku, and Haaland were removed in that
Mm,
game. Removing your two best players who are putting pressure on the Arsenal's
mm.
defense, and they removed them. What next? Ateta had to remove Timber, and we have to use three defenders now. Uh,
So Arsenal was proactive.
the,
Basically, it was City that was defensive. City that really came
the
for a
team
point
were,
there.
the team were playing was more defensive than another team we played in English football.
Some people would say Man City was there for the taking. Arsenal was not really proactive.
No,
Mm.
man, you're talking about a title contender. This Manchester is not this small, small Man City team around. It's a
Tottenham.
title contender. It's not Tottenham. It's not Nottingham Forest.
Mm.
A title contender being defensive like that. What does it say?
Yeah, that means Arsenal has really improved. Arsenal is one of the big guns. Well,
So,
yeah, Arsenal is one of the big guns. Anyway, that's all we had for you today. I want to really thank my brother Hudson. By the for our viewers, brother Hudson is he has been nominated for best sports personality. Say something about it, Hudson. Yeah, what is it?
of course,
I didn't know about the whole award. Yeah, but we voted. I sent something.
how's, uh, how's, how's Uganda always has the Influencers Awards every
Mm,
year.
mm,
So last year I was nominated, but the previous year in 2023 I was nominated. Even in 2020 I was nominated. So
mm,
this time around I'm back as well as one of the PAU's sports influencers of the year 2020, 2025.
mm.
And I request the viewers and the fans out there to please vote for me. I'll be giving you all the updates you need when it comes to sports.
Mm.
It might just in news.
All right. I'll also be sharing this clip on our social media handles and also the link. Please vote for Miss Addison Mugweri. He's our very own, well knowledgeable. He's top in breaking basketball in the country and also other sports. Yeah. So we appreciate you. Until next time. Ciao. Asante.